airbag warning indicator light normally will turn off after 4 seconds or so once you turn the ignition key or start your engine. However, if it doesn't turn off and stays lit, don't panic or think that the airbags are suddenly going to go off or deploy. Rather, if the airbag warning indicator stays on, the airbags will not deploy, will not operate, will not go off, because it is warning you that the airbag system is not working and must be checked. Please note that the wiring harness for the airbag warning light is located under the driver and passenger front seats. Thus, if your airbag warning indicator light stays on, it may be due to a loose connection of these wires, which have a few connectors. Sometimes they become loose because of moving the seat forward and backwards routinely, like when two persons of different heights use the same car, like in my case. Please note that the wiring harness for the airbag warning light is located under the driver and passenger front seats. Thus, if your airbag warning indicator light stays on, it may be due to a loose connection of these wires, which have a few connectors. Sometimes they become loose because of moving the seat forward and backwards routinely, like when two persons of different heights use the same car, like in my case. Also, the connections can become loose by placing things under the seats, or when you vacuum and hit them with the wand. In short, try not to stuff things under the seats or knock the wires around when vacuuming. Also, spilling drinks and wetting the wires can cause problems and cause the warning light to come on. In my case, the driver's seat was being adjusted forward and backward each day, sometimes a couple times a day, for months, to wit, for years. Such constant movement could eventually loosen the connections or bend the wires to cause a problem, and thus the airbag warning indicator light to stay on. After looking at the wires underneath both seats to see if something was visibly wrong with connections or wires, I decided just to sit in the driver's seat and turn the ignition on. And with the airbag warning light glowing, I began to move the seat forward and backwards repeatedly. And to my happy surprise, the airbag warning light turned off. The airbag warning light is at the far right in this next video. Watch as I make it go off. I did this each time I saw the light staying on for the next couple of days, and eventually it stayed off. Remember, it's meant to come on when you first turn the key, and go off after about 4 seconds. I even moved the driver's seat forward and backwards about 10 times before I turned the key, and found that the light came on and turned off in about 4 seconds. So try this first. If moving the seat or seats, driver and or passenger seats, backwards and forwards doesn't work, you may want to check the connections under the seats by pulling them apart and plugging them back in. Also note that the seatbelt warning indicator wiring is under the seats too. So move the seatbelt strap up and down to make sure they're functioning. If after attempting this remedy the airbag warning light fails to go off after 4 seconds, you may have another problem requiring a mechanic. This problem must be addressed because, as I said, if the warning light is on, the airbag system will not deploy in an accident. Also, your car will not pass inspection with this warning light on. Good luck. One more suggestion. If you think you spilled the drink or that the wiring is wet, then pull apart the connections and try blow drying the wiring and connections with a blow dryer. When in doubt, look it up. Knowledge is powerful. Don't ever be afraid of obtaining some. Have a nice night.